At Harvard University, the golden left shoe on John Harvard's statue stands out as an odd contrast to the rest of him, all dark and somber. Apparently, rubbing it is considered to be a source of inspiration and good luck. Students and tourists have been doing it for over 100 years. After all, what man, woman, or child doesn't know the power of Harvard? That's how influential a university's brand can be. Enough to create mystical myths about their greatness. And the academic world has some pretty formidable ones. Stay tuned to find out the top universities in the world, considered to be the most respectable, popular, reputable, and worthwhile centers of education globally. What makes a university great? Some commonly upheld factors are its academic reputation, international outlook, and the industry recognition. Let's look at the list of the best universities in the world. MIT is the alma mater to the fictional genius from Avengers, Tony Stark, or Iron Man. The university has quite a few very real reasons for its super magnetic charm. Though not an Ivy League university, MIT has managed to create a league of its own, extremely competitive with an acceptance rate of less than 8%. It is best known for its engineering, computer science, the core sciences, economics, and media lab, which is famous for unconventional research interests. Stanford University, the star of the West Coast, has given the world nearly 75 billionaires. And what's more, the net worth of these money minters is the highest any university in the world has ever produced. Stanford is also one of the most research-friendly universities in the world. Since its origin, there have been 83 Nobel Prizes associated with Stanford. But not just in academics, Stanford also has a rich tradition of winners in the Olympics since the beginning of last century. It's one of the best universities in the world indeed. Established 800 years ago, the University of Oxford is the second oldest university in the world in continuous operation. Made up of many colleges, Oxford is as prestigious as they come. Oxford has received accolades for the largest contribution to leading academic journals, highlighting its research stronghold. One of the most respected names in science and engineering around the world, California Institute of Technology, or Caltech, is a phenomenal school. It shares a strong traditional rivalry with MIT, which is also equally lauded for its prowess in science and engineering. This rivalry, though, has had many comical outcomes thanks to the shrewd pranks played by each school on the other. Caltech has a much smaller student body as compared to the other institutes, but its combined intellect is enough to give many larger universities a run for their money. A phenomenal school indeed. Harvard University. Need we say more? Undoubtedly one of the most reputed names in and out of the academic world. 8 US presidents have walked in its dorms. Harvard has also the highest number of Nobel laureates in the world. There are 161 of them and counting. It is famous for social sciences, mathematics, general sciences, law, and business majors. And even beyond its excellent academic record, it is very active in sports, social clubs, and its library holds 17 million books. You cannot go wrong with Harvard. Often in a stiff competition with Oxford, the University of Cambridge is the other ancient and still running university in the world. It houses the Cambridge University Press, which is the world's oldest publishing house. 14 British Prime Ministers and Cambridge share a common past, crowning it as a center of academic, athletic, and political influence. ETH Zurich is dedicated to science, engineering, mathematics, and technology. And it is one of the most respected institutes in those fields, having alumni of the likes of Albert Einstein, who did his PhD there. Apart from its research excellence, it is also known for its quirky engineering chops, like making music with transformers and wheelchairs that climb the stairs. Princeton is a private Ivy League research university, where Einstein taught after the World War. Princeton still has his cottage where he lived. Amazon's Jeff Bezos, John F. Kennedy, the father of computers, Alan Turing, and the beautiful minds John Nash are among its notable alumni, among others. And that includes Batman, by the way. Imperial College London. It's the birthplace of penicillin, holography, fiber optics, and the rock band Queen. The Imperial College London is the product of the vision of the British royalty about 150 years ago. ICL is a premier institute for science, engineering, medicine, and business, considered to be one of the world's most innovative universities. It has the largest depository of brain tissue for research and a massively funded center dedicated to climate change study. birthplace of the first nuclear fission that ultimately led to the Manhattan Project and the atom bomb. The University of Chicago is the epicenter of excellence in research and application. It provides a unique access to Chicago's massive job network. And with neighbors like the Obamas and the gorgeous Lake Michigan next door, it is truly an experience to live and study here. University College London was the first university in England built to admit students who were excluded from university education. It was also the first in the country to admit women. It is a major competitor to the likes of Oxford, Cambridge, and the other powerhouses in the world. It is now one of Britain's most global universities, attracting international students from all over, including Mahatma Gandhi. Full of secret societies, century-old traditions, and a major hub for future American CIA operatives, Yale University boasts a history that dates it as the third oldest university in America. It has produced billionaires, Supreme Court justices, and political hotshots, including US presidents, a center of education and influence tidily rolled into one impressive university. Founded by none other than the man whose face is the $100 bill, Benjamin Franklin, came about even before America's Declaration of Independence. In fact, its alumni include many who signed the Declaration and its Constitution. Clearly, it has had a major influence in the making of the country as we know it. Even Trump has walked its hallways as a younger, full-haired version of himself. Famous especially for its business school Wharton, it also has many Rhodes and Fulbright scholars, Nobel laureates, Pulitzer winners, CEOs, and billionaires. It's also where the first general-purpose electronic computer was built. Built on the grounds of what was formerly a mental asylum, Columbia University is home to the famous literary award, the Pulitzer Prize, a first for many commendable feats. It is where the first medical degree was ever awarded in the United States, the first to develop FM radio, laser, and the first ever student-run gay rights group. It has also maintained its rank in the top for research, education, journalism, and sports. It is conveniently located in New York City with access to excellent networking opportunities for jobs or otherwise. Home to nearly 1,000 student bodies and secret clubs, Cornell came to be founded by visionaries Andrew Dickinson White and Ezra Cornell, who is also the father of Western Union. It has a rich history of intellectual pursuits. It was founded on the principles of being an excellent resource for education in any field, a quality it still holds proudly. Cornell happens to be the only public Ivy League university in America and has alumni you surely must have heard of. Irrelevant to its immensely popular status as one of Asia's as well as the world's best universities, the National University of Singapore has a Hug Me Coca-Cola machine that dispenses a cola bottle when you hug it. So with your thirst quenched, you can appreciate some more relevant facts. Despite its young age, this research university has received accolades for its excellence in scientific research, medicine, its law and business programs. It also hosts various interdisciplinary and intercollegiate programs in collaboration with other stalwarts like Yale, Harvard, and the University of Michigan. Plus, its location in the cosmopolitan city-country of Singapore makes it one of the most favorite destinations for international students. Johns Hopkins University. Yes, there's an S at the end of John. A philanthropist, Johns Hopkins, gave away a sum of $144 million in today's dollars to establish a hospital and a university in 1876. Quite a large amount, even in these times. It led to the foundation of America's first ever research university. Pioneering in equal rights in all respects, the university enrolled African American students when it was still not readily accepted elsewhere. This is also the same school that began accepting women to medical school on an equal footing way back in 1892. Often referred to as the MIT of China, Tsinghua University has recently overcome its moniker. It has now surpassed MIT in reputation as the best engineering college in the world, a leading research university in various disciplines. It has become a major attraction for international students. Its budget, crossing $3.5 billion, is the largest in China. In fact, it is quite high even in Asia, placing Tsinghua as a center of education committed to excel in research and education. The free speech movement began on the steps of Berkeley in protest to political and academic censoring on campus back in the early 60s. related to the anti-Vietnam War and civil rights movements. It has shaped the current attitude of freedom of political views in the American society. Besides its political influence, University of California, Berkeley is a major hub for research, with connections to all major national laboratories in the US. It claims the origin of the atomic bomb, the cyclotron, and its contribution to the discovery of a major number of elements in the periodic table. Alma mater to the voice of Darth Vader, the University of Michigan has more than one reason to celebrate its fame. Conferred the status as a doctoral university with very high research, it has one of the largest annual research expenditures of about $1.5 billion. It also has a well-known college football team, where former US President Gerald Ford once played. Beating Harry Potter's fantasy invisible cloak, scientists at Duke have actually managed to construct centimeter-level invisibility, but Duke itself is far from invisible to the world of academic and athletic success. It has among the highest number of Rhodes, Truman, and other academic scholars. So there you have it, a representative list of the best universities in the world. Do you see yourself strolling the hallways of one of these prestigious institutions? At MBA Crystal Ball, our admission consultants have helped many applicants get into the top universities. If you need professional help with your applications, drop us an email. All the best.